morning all of you. In our previous chapter we have discussed what is deadlock. Now here we will study what are the conditions that is necessary for occurrence of deadlock. So here are the 4 conditions for occurrence of deadlock. The first one is mutual exclusion, the second one is no preemption, third one is hold and wait, and fourth is circular wait. Now let us understand one by one. Now the first necessary condition for occurrence of deadlock, that is mutual exclusion. So for understanding the mutual exclusion, take two processes P1 and P2, and here R1, R2 up to 2n, here it is resource. Now let this R1 got allocated to P1 and R3 got allocated to P1, R5 got allocated to P1. In a similar way, P1 got allocated R2n-1 resource, and P2 got allocated R2, R4, R6. In a similar way, R2n. Here in this case, we find that whatever the resources are being allocated to this P1 and whatever the resources are being allocated to this P2, both are mutually exclusive. Means whatever the resources, whatever the set of resources are being allocated to this P1 and whatever the set of source being allocated to this P2, their intersection is 5. This is our P1. The set of resources are being allocated to this R1, and this is our P2. The set of resources are being allocated to this P2. Here their intersection is a 5. This is called our mutual exclusion. Now the second necessary condition is no preemption. This is our process P1, this is our process P2. This process P1 is holding resource R1, and this process P2 want the resource R1. Here, until and unless this P1 is not releasing and not finishing their own work, it won't release this resource R1. And also remember, here we cannot generate a case of priority. This is our no preemption case. Now the third necessary condition is hold and wait. The third necessary condition we are having hold and wait. For understanding, let us see this RAG graph. Here there is two processes P1 and P2. This process P1 is holding resource R1 and demanding for resource R2, and process P2 is holding resource R2 and demanding for R1. Here in this case, they are holding one resource. They are holding one resource, and demanding for others resource. This is our called hold and wait. Now the fourth necessary condition for occurrence of deadlock, that is circular wait. Here in RAG graph, we can see that the process P1 got allocated resource R1 and demanding for resource R2. In a similar way, P2 and P3, they are making a circle. This is a printer. This resources is printer. This is output device. This is input device. Here processor P1 want to give output, but it has got allocated printer, and resource P2 want to take input, but it has got allocated output device. In a similar way, this P3 want to get printer, but it got input device. Here in this case, every process are waiting for occurrence of others, completion of others work, and the first to last, they are forming a circle. They are involving in following a loop. This is called our circular wait. Next video we will solve few problems regarding this topic. Till the time, like, share and subscribe.